Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to our session today. This is really neat that you're being able to join us. I have an amazing person coming all the way from Scotland who is going to introduce herself in just a moment as well. But first of all, we want to say thank you and everything to everybody being here. Today's session is all about teaching machine learning and AI. And you're going to find out an awful lot today. So that's really cool. So we're going to be taking a look at CyberPi. And as Carrie's going to tell us as well, we'll see whether or not things, whether everybody has some CyberPi or not. We might do some other little things as well to make everything really interesting today. All right. So Carrie, do you want to introduce yourself and say hi?
Hi, I'm Kerry Kidd. I'm a freelance educator here in Scotland. So kind of right in the middle of Scotland where it's rather cold and miserable at the minute, but we're living.
That's great, though. It's wonderful. And this is the amazing part of all of this is that I'm in Ontario. I'm back in Ontario here in Canada. And I'm sure that we have people joining us. We're going to find out where you're joining us from, too. I am not in Egypt. I know my picture looks like I'm in Egypt, but I did recently get to go to Egypt and ride a camel. So I had to put that in for my profile picture. So for everyone as well, as you, if you're in Canada, it's very likely that you're participating and learning from or near the territorial land of one of the many Indigenous groups across Canada. And I want to acknowledge as well that I'm with you today from the territory of the local people of the 1923 Williams Treaty. That's the Anishinaabe-Waukee, the Mississauga, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat people, on whose beautiful land I'm able to teach and learn and play, and it's wonderful here. And I know your land is a lot different over there, Carrie, but still, I'm sure that
Yes.
you appreciate your surrounding as well. So we want to say thank you to Microsoft today. Microsoft is sponsoring this session, this workshop, and because they're funding it, we're able to be here and be able to give this to you for free. So it's really kind of neat to be able to have that. So thank you again to Microsoft. All right, so here's the big deal. We cannot hear or see you at all. You can see us, obviously, you can hear us, no problem. But we need to have a way to be able to talk with you and let you answer questions and ask us questions. And so to do that, we have a form for you to fill in, and it's very, very simple. We want you to go to a new tab on your computer or on your laptop, on your device, whatever you're on, or have your teacher do that so that there's one tab that's open for this form, and you can always put answers into that. And you're going to look at bit.ly, so bit.ly/CSEW, so Computer Science Education Week, 11 p.m. Now, it may not be 11 p.m. where you are. It's not for me, and it certainly isn't for Carrie, but that's what our code is for today, okay? So bit.ly/CSEW, 11 p.m., okay? And we have a practice question that we're going to be taking to try and get your answers. And I see already Emerson has already got an answer in there. I don't know if you're watching that too, Carrie, but Emerson's asking, will we be doing Minecraft today? Oh.
Unfortunately not.
No, it's not a Minecraft one today. However, it's still, yeah, it's going to be a great session, definitely. And Rishi from Liscar. Oh, Liscar up in Northern Ontario. Oh, you got a lot of snow up there. Joining from Ontario as well. We've got Mackenzie as well. We have Raol and Maddie and Anaya and Mohammed and Aaron and Jaden. Oh my gosh, a lot of them are also from Liscar. We have, but Anaya is from Toronto. So Toronto, thank you for joining us as well. This is great to have all you guys here. Nancy, Vakish, wow, it's like the whole forum is just like going here. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. It means that we have you all in here, which is great. And I'm going to do some more shout outs later on. Don't worry. So if you haven't heard your name yet, it's still likely going to be coming. So don't worry. But Gatika is asking, do you like coding, Carrie?
Very much so. So this has been my passion since I was probably about early teens, because I never knew that we could code before that.
Right. That's amazing. And so the students are asking, what are we doing today as well? So this is your chance. Go ahead, Carrie.
So what are we doing today? We are going to take a look at the CyberPi, which connects into sort of the MBots. We'll create an MBlock account if you don't already have one. And we'll be using an extension called Magic Emoji Extension, which will generate our emojis that we can use on the CyberPi. We'll then create some code to show these emojis on the CyberPi. And don't worry if you don't have any a CyberPi to hand, or if you've not got any CyberPis to use. We will also do another project where we'll do an emotion recognition sensor, which is just using webcams on a computer.
Wow, that sounds amazing. That's great. And we've got all kinds of neat questions there too. Erin is asking, why did you guys decide to teach coding? And for me, I can say because I was actually a teacher librarian. And so to have coding come out in the maker spaces and the things that we were doing, even unplugged coding as well, it just was such a really cool way to see what we could do with we had dashes and some robots as well that we loved to work with as well, and Autobots and things. So yeah, so that it was exciting and fun for me. That's why I got into it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. So as I say, I've done coding as a degree, but I got a Raspberry Pi when they first came out and started building robots and things around the Raspberry Pi, and love to teach people how to do it as well. So I got involved in code clubs and started doing Scratch programming. And to this day, I still don't like Scratch, but we had to do it through that. And I just recently moved my code club on that I run onto Python, where we're actually looking to send code into space.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really, really cool. Yeah, we have a program as well that we've been doing called Data Dunkers, which people can get involved in as well. And that's all Python coding, but using basketball data that you students actually would collect. So, well, there's lots of other things, but let's continue on. Yeah, for now. Okay.
So in today's digital age, communication has moved beyond plain text. Emojis have become an important part of our online conversations, adding a layer of emotion and personality to our messages. Today, we will look at how AI can be used to convert text into a range of vivid emojis, including sad emoji, thus enhancing human-computer communication and making digital interactions more engaging and fun.
Wow. Okay. And I need to.
So we've got what is a CyberPi? So CyberPis are a single board computer with powerful advanced electronics, interactive and user-friendly microcontrollers with CyberOS, displays rich data, images, text on a colored screen. It's got multiple built-in sensors and programmable outputs. It connects via a USB-C cable, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi compatible with M-Build modules and third-party components, including Arduino sensors.
And that all sounds very foreign to me right now. So I'm really, really happy to be here.
Yeah, I wish I had one of these in my hands because this is something that I would love to play with.
Right. Okay.
So some of the benefits and features of CyberPi, we can use it to collect data and teach data science. We can explore artificial intelligence, which is what we're going to be doing a little bit of today. And you can also create interactive games. So as you see sort of there on the image, how it's got the display in the middle, you've also got a joystick at the side and a couple of buttons. So you can see how it could quite easily become sort of a simple games console.
Okay, yeah, that is cool. All right.
So another student question for you. Have you got access to CyberPis within your schools?
And if you can put that into the form, that would be amazing. I'm going to put it here a little bit bigger as well. So bit.ly, so bit.ly/CSEW 11 p.m. And just while they're doing that as well, then Carrie, I'm going to do some shout outs here because we have Bronson and we have Hasten. And I'm thinking Liscar is actually not up in New Liscar. It's not actually up north. The school is actually in the GTA. It's in Toronto or in Mississauga. Oh. So the kids were telling me that as well, that that's where they actually are at. Judy wants to know sushi or pizza. Sushi for me.
Pizza.
Both of us different. That's right.
Typical coder.
And Nancy, I think we've answered your question about what is CyberPi, and we'll do a little bit more of that as well. But I'm seeing answers here. So Nancy and Gabby and Mackenzie and Faizan And oh, and Brian, they're all saying no, and they're from Lisker Middle School, but they have makey makeys, and makey makeys are fun to use as well for that kind of stuff,
Oh,
right?
definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And Madhav is saying, yeah, but I wish we did. And I'm telling you something right now, Mahad, there's something that might be happening during this session that your teachers might be wanting to watch really closely, because we may just have something to give away. I just got word on my phone that we'll have a little bit of a there'll be a secret word that will appear at some point. So I'm not going to tell you when, obviously, but yeah, just keep watching and you'll see. So yeah, all kinds of people saying no, but we do have a couple that said yes, that they do. So Cameron does, and gosh, no, a lot of them are no. So we don't have a lot of CyberPis at all.
Yeah.
And Rishi was asking, is CyberPi better than Raspberry Pi? I think it's not.
I couldn't actually compare. I have never used a CyberPi. So I have just been asked to teach this session because I do a lot of sort of coding with MBOT and other sort of single board computer based applications, just not the CyberPi itself.
And not the CyberPi,
so, yeah.
Okay.
I would love to get my hands on it and see how it differs. But again, I suppose the difference so far that I can make out is the CyberPis have their own little displaying things already on them. Raspberry Pis don't. You have to connect a Raspberry Pi into a keyboard, mouse, monitor.
Right.
So a Raspberry Pi is a lot more to set up, and unlike CyberPi, where it's a separate just microcontroller, a Raspberry Pi is a microcomputer, so it's a full-blown computer on a single board.
Right. Okay. Nope. That's great. That's super. Okay. And I do have more questions again, and or more shout outs and things to do, but we'll just keep going here so that you can get them started with all of this, and I can do things in the background.
So creating an mBlocks account, the first thing you'll need to go and do is go to ide.mblock.cc, which I think we should have on the next slide, hopefully. If I remember to put that in.
That's good. I'll pop that forward for you.
I did. Perfect. So once you go to mblock.cc, you should have a button that will tell you to get coding or get started coding. So we click on the button that little line's pointing to. And once we go there, we should now be in a coding environment.
And do you want to show your screen right now to show them where they're going, or is this okay with what I have up?
The slides are okay for now. Because this will actually have images of creating accounts and things, which is handy.
Okay.
So to be able to use the extensions that we're using with CyberPi, we need to already have an mBlocks account. So once you have got the coding editor, up in the right-hand corner, there should be like a grayed out image with a little cat's face on it. So you need to click on that.
Do you want me to go forward?
If we go to the next slide now, and we should be, so there we go. So that's sort of the little red box there. So we click on that little face. Then this will take you to like a login screen. So if you've already got an account, log in with the account you already have. And if you need to sign up for a new account, click on the little sign up button at the bottom.
And if you're having any troubles with this, just make sure that you let us know in the chat, and I can give those concerns to Carrie. And yeah, Maddie was asking, do we code with Block or Python? And you'd said, so code with Block.
Block. Yep.
Block coding.
Yeah, we're leaving this very accessible for everyone. Yep, so we'll go on to the next slide. Hopefully I'll have some more images.
Okay, yep.
So once you've signed up to create a new account, you'll get asked if you're over 16 or under 16. So just select your age group. Then you'll put in your email address, password, and you'll need to click on the Get a Code button, which will send a code to your email address to input. There's an extra level of security that they're asking for.
Okay. And should they be using their they should be using their school account to log in?
Yeah, I would say sign up with your school email, because that way everything's kept in one place and you'll have no problem, or shouldn't have any problems, accessing your emails to get the code.
Okay, so we do have a couple of people that are confused. So they're going to go to, I'm going to just go back here for a second. You're going to go to mblock.cc. That's where you're wanting to go for the website name. And Selena is asking, do we say we're over 16 or under 16? That's a, so are they saying that they're under, yeah, whatever
you put you're under 16. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And thank you. And Abdul, we're here with you too. And thank you for joining us. Should we use our school accounts to sign in? Yes, please. Use your school account to sign in. Okay. And I hope that helps, Bob and Batul. I hope that that gets you in there okay.
So once you've got that little verification code, you should then be able to just click the sign up button. And also make sure you have agreed to their terms and conditions, obviously, or it probably still won't let you sign up.
Okay. All right. And I just want to remind everyone too, that if you need extra time, all of these recordings are completely pause and play. So if you're finding that this is just all happening too fast and you need extra time, then just pause us. We'll still be here. We'll be back. When you unpause, we'll just continue right from this very spot. So if you need more time and you have to set up those accounts, please take that time and do it. Some of your answers, of course, on our form will be at a different timing, and that would be kind of cute. I'll be able to watch and see where those are coming in, but that's not a problem either. But some of them are saying as well, they have a school computer, and they've got to make sure that it's secure. So
yes,
I hope that works for you, and you get that sorted as well. And again, the website was I'm going to put that onto a banner as well, so that people can, if they're just joining us or they're a little behind, I'll get that onto there too. So mblock.cc. Okay. Whoops. Yeah. Any problems creating accounts, please? And they're letting us know, so that's great.
Yes.
Mblock, and I'm so glad that you're able to do that. Not blick, but block.cc. Okay.
I love the little short URL that they use as well. It's a simple and easy one to remember compared to some of the ones that I've dealt with in the past.
It is, yeah, that's great to see. Yeah. And so there. So is my profile supposed to be, Jaden's asking, is my profile supposed to be my school account or a different one? Or I wanted to say school account, right?
School account, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes the website is saying, Faizan from Lisker Middle School is saying, the website is saying it's not secure. Should they proceed? It should be fine, right? Like, I mean, yeah. So they're fine. Okay. Okay, and Emerson's saying, I don't have a CyberPi, so how are we going to use this app? Well, Carrie's going to be taking you through something to do with the app, no problem whatsoever. This is just, once you have the app, then who knows? There's other things that can be done with it too. It's not just for the CyberPi. Okay.
No, don't worry, we'll all get a chance to create some code and see something working.
Okay. And so Brian is saying, practice in our school board doesn't allow student emails to be used. So they either download the app or use the option to save to your computer. So if they're doing that, then that's fine. You do that, what you have to do as well. And as we said, if you need to pause and actually do that so that you get your account created, go right ahead and do that as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. And Emma's saying it looks like Scratch. So she must be in it.
Very much does look like Scratch, which is why I am quite happy teaching in it. I just haven't, I've used it with MBots before. I've not used it, as I say, because I don't have a CyberPi on me, I've not used it with CyberPi.
Right. Okay. So are we okay? I think we've got everybody looking like that needs to. They're on their way, and they look like everybody's had their questions answered. And again,
perfect.
yep. So I think we can go on.
So for this bit, I am going to jump across and we're going to do some live coding. So I'll show you exactly how we're going to go through this process.
Cool.
So we are going to take us through setting up the magic emoji
Extension. Do you want me to add your
Yep.
other screen to the, yep. So
Perfect. So once we're all logged in, we should see something very similar to what's on screen now. And the very first thing we need to do is add an extension for magic emoji. So to do this, let's go down to the bottom. We've got a blue button that says extension. So once we click there, because we've already got CyberPi enabled, we should see an extension saying AI emoji or magic emoji, and we just click add.
Okay, so I'm going to have you go back, and if you can expand your screen so they can see where those, for me too, it was like, oh, I almost missed that the blue one at the end. So if you go back to your
we'll
first.
Go back.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thanks. And right down the bottom of the toolbox, as we call it, so where you've got all your code menus, there's an extensions button.
Excellent.
So once you click within there, we get this extensions menu, and the one that we want is AI emoji with little emojis and the robot in the top corner. So for me, it's right at the top of my screen. If you don't find it, you can just search for magic emoji and it should come up as well.
Oh, okay.
You see the search bar at the top there.
And it's called magic emoji?
Yes.
Okay, just in case. Okay. We've got Samuel's asking, how many languages are in MBlock? Do you have any idea? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know that.
Yeah. I know you can create Python code and block-based within MBlock, but I think as well there are various different languages that you can code in. So if you go into some of the example programs, you'll find a lot of it is in Chinese, just because that's where the creators of MBlock are.
Okay. But it's there.
So now
So we do have a couple of students that are still saying that their school email won't work. So if that's the case, if they have another email, or they can just look at someone else's screen for just now, is that a smart thing to do if they buddy up?
Look at someone else's screen, because when I was looking at this, the only reason why I said sign up for an account was apparently you cannot use magic emoji without an account.
Okay.
So that was one of the things that I noticed, but hopefully what we move on to later, we will be able to use without an account.
Okay, so you may not need the account for later then, Selena. Okay,
yeah,
that's great. Thanks.
So as you will see just now as well, where you've got magic emoji added, you'll see the blocks that I've got here are all grayed out. So this is because we're actually in a mode at the minute saying live code. So this is trying to connect, if you had a CyberPi, you can connect and live code straight to CyberPi. While at the minute we want to click next to live code and click on the upload, and that will bring our blocks now into the area so we can actually use them.
Right, and can you enlarge that as well? Is that possible to make your screen a little bit larger?
I will definitely give it a try.
Yeah, that'd be great. And asking again, sorry, again, you're coding with block. Yep. So when you go in, it's not Python that you're clicking on coding with block. Yep.
Yep, so we'll be coding just in blocks for this session. We're not going to do any complex Python stuff.
Okay. And you can see the blocks is colored there too.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see at the top here, you've got the options between the Python and blocks. So once we've got these blocks showing up like this, next we're going to create our emojis. So we're going to click on the top button saying AI Emoji Workshop. And this brings up our My AI Emoji Gallery. So within here, we can choose different colors. So we can have yellow, red, blue, or green there. we can choose the different emojis. So we could have angry, cute, unhappy, happy, cool, love, sleepy, surprised. And what these are going to do is, so once we click on a style here as well, so as you can see here, we've got different styles of the emojis that we can create. Below that, we've got select a number. So this is the number of emojis that will get generated through AI for us. So we can click on 1 and we'll only get 1 generated when we click the generate button. This will take a little while for mBlock to go into the background and do things.
Oh my.
So you can see we've got 1 there. So next, if I pick a different color and we can select 4, we'll regenerate our code.
Angry. Okay, still angry.
We'll keep it still angry at the minute. We could go and change that as well. So as you can see here, we get different colors. So we've got the red showing through. So we can go and say, if we put green, and let's do happy this time. So we get a different.
Amazing. And Carrie, I'm going to have you just, if you don't mind, we have some people saying, why aren't my blocks going purple for me? And you showed that step. So do you want to, can you just show what they have to click on to make sure that that happens? So
down next to your devices bit, we've got a live button, which I'll leave all the blocks grayed out.
Right. And that's what yours
is like. Got, yeah, so if yours is like this, you need to select the upload button next to it. Again, if you're not logged in, they might still be grayed out, because I think this is why when I was reading through the materials for this, you need an account to actually use the AI aspect of this extension.
And we have somebody, Callan, well done. They're in, that's great. We had somebody that said, FYI, I'm not connected and I still have I have access to magic emoji. So, and that was also a question. Someone had said that they couldn't find AI emoji. So you're looking for the app Magic, the extension Magic emoji.
Magic emoji, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, once we're in our AI emoji gallery, we can see now where we picked green, where the little bits that we had red before, we've now got green backgrounds and things. So let's just go and change that back to red so we can actually see what I mean by that. So we can see now we've got red where we had little green accents before. So now that we've generated sort of 4 different emojis, or 4 different sort of styles here, you can select one and you can save it to your gallery. If you don't like any of them, you could also click regenerate and see what else it'll create.
Now, what are we going to use these emojis for, Carrie?
So these emojis, if you've got a CyberPi, we should be able to get these to display on the little display. And we'll also run quickly through a program where if you press the joystick on the CyberPi, a different emoji will appear every time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So
can they use these in other applications as well?
Quite possibly. So it's not something that I've looked at, because I looked at this earlier, and this extension only comes up on CyberPi. So it might only be something that we can use in CyberPi.
Okay.
But what we'll be doing later is very similar.
Okay.
So once we have got our 4 emojis generated, you can click on them. And if you click on one that you really like, you can then save it to your emoji gallery. So you can see that's now successfully added to my emoji gallery. So if I go and click on my emoji gallery, we'll see my emoji come up in here.
Oh.
So now that we've got our emoji, we can go and try and create some code here.
Got it. So Mike and Xavier are asking, can they make custom emojis? So really what you're letting the AI do is create a custom emoji for you. And as it generates each time, if you like one of the things that it generates for you, then you go and load that into your gallery and keep it so that you have that as one of your custom ones. So I guess you decide on your emotion, decide on your colors, decide on how many of them you want the AI to try and generate each time. And I guess really you might as well have it generate 4 to start with, because then you can pick or choose any of those, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So just before we move on to the coding, here's another question for you all. What is your favorite emoji to use within conversation?
Ooh. What would be my favorite? Say that again. What would be my favorite?
What would be your favorite emoji to use in conversation?
Oh, okay.
So, for instance, I brought this question up because when I was looking through the materials for this session, they're saying students' favorite emoji is the sad emoji.
Oh, really? I was just going to say,
so I would like to see how true that actually is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, in the form, if you want to put in what your favorite emoji is, then it would be great to see for sure. That's funny. We can do a poll. Yeah. Because for me, it's the happy one. I very rarely use the sad one. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same. It would be either happy or sort of the curious looking emoji.
Yeah. All right. And I'm getting other things ready in the background here for you too. Okay. Oh, I don't see anyone sharing what their favorite emoji is. That's funny.
That's okay. They can think about that one while we move on to some of the coding.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
So we're now going to create some code that will display our emojis using the CyberPi.
Gotcha. And Carrie, I'm just going to say one more time, just someone just obviously is right at that spot. You're coding with block.
Yes.
Block coding we're using.
So we're going to use when CyberPi starts up to start with, which you'll find within the events menu.
Okay.
Then from the magic emoji menu, we want to set AI emojis to. And from here, you can click and pick your custom emoji that we've just created.
Gotcha. And can you show that step one more time just to see where you clicked to get to your gallery?
So once you've selected your magic emojis, we're using the set AI emoji to block. And then we click on the emoji that's there. And that takes us to our emojis gallery.
Right, right. And, very, very cool. Abdul's asking as well, how many emojis do you think you can make? Well, with AI, honestly, right, it's limitless, really. I mean, what they would end up doing.
Well, it's limitless, but we can only save 20.
Okay, so you can save 20 in your gallery. So, yeah.
So it looks like, Cloud Space here, it says 2 of 20. So it looks as though you would only be able to save 20 to the gallery.
Got it. So Mancy's favorite emoji is the smiley face one too. That's nice to know. And Callan is...
So when CyberPi starts up, it's going to show your custom emoji. Then we're going to run a forever loop, which you'll find within control and the forever block. Then we're going to need a few if statements here. So again, if statements will be within control. And we want the if then block.
Oh, I got it. So if it's cute, Carrie, your accent, or no, not well, it is an accent for me to do there. So you were saying
yes.
your F things to come in. I'm like, your F ones. What's that? Yeah, not really.
Yeah. We are very bad in Scotland as well for not pronouncing F a lot of the time. So
that's very cute.
So yeah, we have to try and remember to use our proper English quite a bit.
Yeah.
So once we have an if then block, we need a click on sensing. And from here, we're going to use our joystick middle
wow.
pressed block. I'll put that inside the if statement.
Yeah.
And we're going to change this middle pressed to pulled up. So you get pulled and a little up arrow.
Right.
Then we're going to go back into our magic emoji menu. And we're going to do another set emoji too. And this time you can pick any emoji from the menu that you like. There should already be a few default ones in here for you to choose from. And then rather than us going back to the coding menu every time, these blocks are going to be very nearly the same. So we're just going to go right click and duplicate. And we'll attach that underneath. So this time we want to change the pulled up arrow to a pulled down arrow. And we'll put a different emoji on for that one. And we'll do this again. So we're doing this until we've used every direction on our joystick. So we'll do the pull left arrow. And we'll choose another emoji for that one. And we'll duplicate this again. So we've got pulled right arrow this time.
So you're basically putting in the 4 different directions on the joystick.
Yep.
One each. Okay. And just while
4
you're
different.
doing, oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. No, just helping out our friends again too. So Samutha, getting to the upload mode, you're looking on your left-hand side when you go into mblock.cc, and you will you'll see it says live, and then you click right beside that, it says upload, and you're clicking on there, and that will get that'll turn all your commands purple. Yeah.
So what we've got the 4 direction buttons done, and we'll do one more duplicate. And this time we're going to use the middle pressed. So you can actually press on the joystick and that creates a button press. So if I zoom out of my screen just a little bit so you can actually see the whole code on the screen.
Ooh, good question here. Can we make it? I'm thinking about Fazan. Oh, sorry. Zaid is asking, can you make a car emoji? And it wouldn't be with this AI.
Wouldn't be with this one.
No,
but it wouldn't surprise me if there isn't an extension that you can do that with.
Exactly. And you definitely can go back and check for that yourself for sure.
Yeah. So there'll be a little bit about that later as well, of how you can take this further.
Right. Oh, for sure. And when they go into all the extensions too, and they're looking for magic emoji, you're searching for magic emoji if you're still doing that.
Yeah.
That's fine. So when you get into the extensions, look there, and extensions you're going to find way down at the bottom of the page once you're into the M block. But you could up in extensions, you could even put in car emojis, right? And see if it was there.
Definitely. Yeah.
So hopefully that helps as well, Gatika.
So this is us finished the code for our CyberPi project. So if you have a CyberPi, you can connect your CyberPi to the computer using the connection button and actually download this code and use it with CyberPi. We can't show you these steps because we unfortunately don't have one with us. But yeah, under sort of above where we clicked on the upload button, there is a connection button to connect your CyberPi within there.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, it's too bad that they couldn't get you one over there. Like that would have been.
I think really when this got agreed, it would have been quite tight to be able to deliver one to Scotland in time.
I know, and Canada Post right now is not working, right? So it would have been so expensive to send it over later. But anyways, that's the way things go sometimes. Yeah, that's great.
So for everyone that couldn't do this with a CyberPi, we're going to do something a little bit different now that you should be able to do because it only uses a webcam. So we should have webcams attached to tablets or laptops that we're using. Again, the only reason this won't work is if the school networks for some reason have blocked them.
Right, right. And so if you haven't been able to add magic emoji, then just don't worry about that right now, because we're going to go do something else as well. And and definitely you can come back to that another time. And also just remember too, if you really want to, you can pause and we'll be here. This is all pause and play. The recording will still be here ready for you. Okay.
So we're going to move on and we'll create a new project. So if you want to save this, save it to your computer, you should be able to click the save button to save it to the cloud.
And can you show them where that is, Carrie? Because your mouse is very small on the screen, so it's hard to see.
I was going to say it is, isn't it? It's just, yeah.
So just if you show them where it is, that's great.
So at the top here, now I've zoomed in too much that I can't see the button. So there we go. So we'll see a save button at the top here.
Okay. And if they click on that, do they need to name their file?
I would suggest naming it, yes. So name it sort of CyberPi or AI emojis, something that you know what we've just been using.
Right. Gotcha. Gotcha.
So once you've saved it, so if you're not logged in, if you hover over the file button as well, you can save it to your computer. That should then download the code to your computer.
Yeah, and if they're with Google Classroom, then it's a project their teacher wants to have, then they can be saved to Google Classroom as well.
So once you have saved it, still from the file menu, we're going to create a new project. So now we're back to this blank display here. And this time, we're going to go back to the extensions menu.
So back down to the very bottom, to extensions.
Yep. So before we actually click on the extensions, make sure you're clicked on sprites rather than devices. Because if we go back to the extensions while we're clicked on devices, we'll get everything that we can use with the CyberPi.
And maybe that's why some couldn't find that the magic.
That's quite possible. Maybe if it been moved or CyberPi for some reason hasn't been automatically loaded in.
Right. Right. Okay, that's good.
So we'll make sure we're clicked on the sprites panel this time. Then we'll go and add extension. And again, the extension we want is actually right at the top here for us. So it's cognitive services.
Oh, wow. Cognitive services. Okay, I'll put that onto a banner too, so we remember it. Cognitive services under sprites.
Extension. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
So we're going to be using our little panda, but also here we can go and add in a nice background for our panda. So we click on backgrounds.
He doesn't want to be
here that we've got still code, but if we click on the costumes button, we'll then get this area here where you could try, if you're very good at drawing, you could draw your own background. But for us that aren't, and to save time, we can also click on this add backdrops button here. And we've got a wide range of backdrops that we can use. So for this one, I'm just going to leave it on the Arctic backdrop here. And then once you've chose your background, to get back to the coding, you just click back on the costumes button. And for this one, we'll click on events to start our coding. And we'll select the when green flag clicked. Again, this is where it'll get very much like Scratch. So you used Scratch before. So next, we want to set rotation style to right left. So we'll find that within movement. Or should be able to find it in movement if my screen wants to work. That's, wait a second, that's why it's not doing that. So I'm going to delete this box. So once you've created your background, when we're creating code, make sure you go back across the sprites tab, because the panda that we're going to get to move.
I was going to ask you that because I thought, okay, we've done the background now. So, yeah, okay, good.
So once we're back across here, now we should see our motion menu. And we're going to set the rotation style here. So set rotation style to left, right. Then we are going to go into the extension that we created earlier, so the cognitive services. And we are going to recognize a motion after 1 second and attach that underneath here. Then we need a wait block, so go back into control. And we're going to change this from 1 second to 5 seconds. Then we're going to need a few if statements again. So again, back into control, and we'll click the if then block. And this time we're going to go back into the cognitive services. And we'll scroll down until we find the emotion equals, emotion is happy. We'll put that within here. And we'll point direction. So back into motion. I want point in direction. And we want to put 0 in here. And then we also want to go back into motion and select change steps. So we want to move steps, and we're going to change the 10 to 5. So again, we are going to copy these if statements. We can pick a anger one this time. And then we want to change the point direction to 180. And we'll leave that at 5 seconds, the 5 steps, sorry. And we'll copy this again. And next we'll pick a neutral one, and we'll point in direction -90.
And Carrie, how are you doing the duplicating? Just so that in case our students need that.
So how to do the duplicating is we're clicking on the if block, right clicking, and select duplicate.
Okay, thank you.
And this is the last duplication that we're doing. And in this one, we want to click fear. So we're changing the motion to fear, and we're going to get it to point in direction 90.
So basically, you've made it so that he's going to be looking 4 different ways, right? And each time he looks a different way, his face changes. Is that what we're doing?
Nope. So the emotions are actually getting detected by our webcams.
Oh.
So the panda is going to move on depending on your emotion into the camera.
Oh my word. Okay. All right. Well, then I think we've got a couple of just a couple people saying, can we just take a look then and just rerun over how this all was put together? So that's there. Now, maybe what Carrie can do as well for the students that are wanting, can we just scooch down just a little bit, just slow down just a little bit? Maybe what we can do is you can, is this at the point now that if you use your camera right now, it will show those emotions?
It should. So we click on the run button.
Okay.
We should get a little camera pop up.
Okay.
And hopefully
this
will detect something, and we should see it moving.
And so the panda is going to move?
It should.
Okay. You're definitely smiling, so it's definitely should be for happiness. And he's going to move a certain direction, right? But just based on what you do with your facial expressions.
Yep. So it should point to direction 0.
Right.
But I don't know if this is actually doing what it should be doing in a minute, because I think it's something happened there that went and froze.
Okay. And
so let's try that again.
And that gives our students time too, which is good.
It could be, again, because we're obviously on camera here on this webinar, it might not like the camera using two applications at once. So you might not see it working on my screen, but you will definitely see it working on your own. Okay,
gotcha. Okay. And so some people were asking as well. Yeah, we're reshowing. So I know that you've got everything there. So maybe what we can do is come in even closer to start again. And if you just run through those steps again for everybody, that would be great. Because we do have some people that are asking for that as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Okay.
So we'll start from the top here. We've got when we click the green flag, so the green flag is located below the panda here on the stage.
That's when we're going to start. And everybody's finding all of this in Sprite, right? That's where they're looking for all of their things.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, when you're creating your code, make sure we're back on the Sprites tab. So I'll zoom in here slightly just so you can see that again. So you'll see at the bottom here, we've got the devices, sprites, and backgrounds.
Perfect. Yeah.
So want be in the Sprites tab to create the code.
Okay.
And then to find the green flag block, you'll find that within the events menu.
Okay.
Any of the blue blocks we're using will be found in the motions menu. Perfect. So when we start our project, it'll be setting the rotation style from left to right. Then the pink sort of blocks here are the ones that we've just added in. So they'll be found within the cognitive services menu. And they'll have this little sort of cloud icon with a circuit board in the corner.
Right.
Then the other orangey sort of blocks, the wait 5 seconds here and the if block, they'll all be found within control.
Okay.
So as we're going through our program, this is telling us that when we click the green flag, it's going to set rotation style from left to right. Then it's going to recognize emotion after 1 second. So it's going to bring up a pop-up of our webcam and detect what emotion that we're showing on camera.
Okay.
It's then going to wait 5 seconds. And then if it detects a happy emotion, it'll point to direction. So the panda will point in the direction 0 and move 5 steps. If it detects emotion as anger, it'll point in the direction of 180. So if you click on these directions, you can see that it'll point sort of down the way it was detecting anger.
Yeah.
And it'll also move 5 steps as well. Then if it detects a neutral emotion, it'll point to -90, so it'll point to the left and move 5 steps. And then if it detects fear, it'll point in direction 90, which will be to the right, as you can see by the little arrow here, and it'll move 5 steps.
And I love the fact, I'm just imagining in my head, everybody putting a fearful look on their face to make it do that. That'll be fun. So Gaylord's asking, he says, my AI isn't loading properly. So yeah, definitely just reload. So definitely refresh and do that. But Tula, I hope that it's starting to work now. And if it isn't, maybe same thing, maybe try refreshing as well. And I'm hoping that also has answered. Selena was asking if we could redo all of this as well, and definitely it's there. One thing that you could do, Carrie, too, is that if you put the whole code up onto your screen and we go away and we just put the code there, and I'll do that just for a second here. If everybody can see the whole code, I'll just take this away as well. Then if you want to take a screenshot right now, then that will remind you of what it looks like, and you can come back and definitely have that for yourself as well. So if you can get the whole, there we go, get everything there. They can take a screenshot. I'll just leave it there for a couple of seconds and let them do that screenshot, and then that'll help them too. If in case you need that, in case you're just needing that extra time for going along with that. Okay, and that's great. And then I'll bring us back in again. Okay, super. Okay. Well, I know that there's a whole bunch of people that have really, really been working hard here, trying to make all of this work. And I'm really, really, really proud of all of you, like looking and just, the comments that are coming in and, can you explain this? Can you do this? Can you do that? That's amazing for us to see. And I hope that we're answering your questions as they're coming there too. And I'm noticing as well, our time is getting short as well, Carrie. So I did say that there would be a secret word for something, and that amazing, extra prize that we're having. And I'm just going to go in here. I want to include a password for the CyberPi prize, and they're going to actually do a draw for all the classes that have been here today. So of the classes that are here, you are going to have a chance to win a CyberPi. So then you can take and go and use that magic AI emoji and see what it looks like. And hopefully the other people that have some as well, they're going to be able to do that. So I'm going to pop that up right now. Our secret word, our password is going to be smiley face emoji. Okay, so that's what your secret word is going to be. And that's what you're going to be at the end. I'm going to put up a presentation for the teachers, and you'll be able to go into that link and definitely go and enter for that draw. Okay, so that's coming up as well. So smiley face emoji is going to be your password to go into that. Okay, all right.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So if we go back across the slides and we'll go on to our conclusion section.
You betcha. Okay.
Because there's something within the last slides here as well that might help you if you win this CyberPi.
Absolutely. And you know what? This is nice too, like seeing even these things in here. The teachers will have that as well. I mean, as you know, you can come back into the presentation and that as well. So let me know. Oh, there's your code there too, which is great. And what do you want me to keep going here still?
Yep. So we're going to the conclusion section. So the next one. Yep. And the next slide after that, we should be into our last bits of the presentation here.
Excellent.
So congratulations. You have learned how to use artificial intelligence to display different emojis on the CyberPi, as well as getting a character to move on screen by using facial recognition. If you happen to win the CyberPi and you want to take learning AI within mBlocks further, there is lots of useful resources at mblocks.cc/pages/AI learning. So if you were even just going to the mBlocks website, so mblock.cc, you should be able to go and search within there and find more AI. So I think if you were doing the slide from the website, you would go into the mblock.cc, into education.
Am I there? Am I still on the right page for you?
Yeah, still fine. I'm just seeing if I can actually find this live so people don't have to.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you go into the education section, there is lots of resources to do with AI within here.
And that is, do you want me to share your screen for them to see that?
So if we do that in a second, we should be fine. Okay. Yep, so we can go across my screen and we should be able to see this, hopefully. So see here, so from mblock.cc, we've got pages and AI learning. So within here, we've got lots of things to do with machine learning. So we've got images, audio, poses, and then the Explore with mBlocks is pretty much what we've been doing today. So that'll take you straight to the mBlocks platform there. Lovely. We've also got audio, under audio recognition here, we've got a Meow translator using CyberPi.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
We've also got pose recognition. So this is using the MBot robot itself, and it's detecting different poses and moving depending on how the person is moving.
Oh, that's neat too, yeah.
We've got image recognition. Yep.
It'll be fun to see how all of that works then. Okay. All right. So I know that for everyone, the educators as well, your teachers, filling in the feedback form, this is the bit.ly to get you to that feedback form. So I'm going to leave that right there now too. And your next steps obviously is to continue on with your teacher for whatever it is that you're wanting to do as well. And we're thrilled that you were able to join us here. And we just want to remind everyone that that password again, that secret password or passcode that you're supposed to put in is going to be the smiley face emoji. That's what we need to see. And don't worry if you don't do it all in capitals. That's not a problem. I just put it there like that.
We're not that picky. Yeah, we're not quite that picky when it comes to it.
No, it'll be fine. But I will put this back up again for everybody so that while we say goodbye, that you can definitely get that feedback and also follow up with Logix. If you happen to not get that link, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Just go into Logix and we're there. All right. Well, thank you everyone. And Carrie, thank you so much for sharing and for taking this. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, thank you all for trying this out and trying something new. And I think it's kind of amazing to see where AI could be taking us with some of this as well. I love the idea of being able to move and have whatever it is you're working with move because you've coded that, right? That's actually there as well. So that's wonderful. All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. And thank you for joining us today.
Bye, everyone.